Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. And on to the February 17 meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve those?
I make a motion.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that carries. And let's see, any public comment today?
No, there is not.
Thanks. Okay. Applications for VAD and EVAD, Martha?
There should only be one application this month. It is a VAB renewal. Hold up.
There you go. No.
Okay. That's okay. Robert McCurry, 40 acres, commonly. Since it's a renewal, it won't change any of our existing numbers. We'll still have the same number of VAD and EVAD properties and acreage. Okay.
Any comments, questions, or a motion?
Motion to approve.
Okay, is there a second?
Yeah. Okay.
All in favor? All right, thank you. And Farmland Preservation Program report, Ariel.
Alrighty, so a few things before we get project specific stuff, but I know at the last meeting, we mentioned wanting Evan Davis, the state director of the Farmland Preservation Program, to come and talk about ordinance questions and the reason for ordinance changes. And he was unable to attend today at this time, but he's going to be at our April meeting. He'll virtually join and we'll chat about that. In addition to that, more ordinance kind of info. Like the day after our last meeting, the state came out with a new recommended ordinance. So after you approved our tentative draft, they came out with a new recommendation. Not just specific to the changes from that general statute, but all like a program, kind of update. So Martha and I have gone back to look at the ordinance draft because while we're doing it, we might as well do it right and spend enough time to sort out those details. So we will between now and the April meeting send you out a clean copy of our draft as well as a redlined copy so you can see the changes that we're recommending. And so then after we chat with Evan, we'll have another time to talk through those changes and then we'll vote on them again. And then Martha and I will also put together a document. We asked one of our other county departments that facilitates these conversations a lot. What do they recommend? And they recommend a document called a crosswalk, where you're essentially showing all the different changes that you're making to the ordinance. You probably see them often, and then why we're making those changes. So I think that will be helpful and hopefully help that conversation go efficiently. And so we'll send that out in advance as well. So you'll have a chance to take a peek at it before the meeting. All of this to say, it's a good idea. While we're doing it, the last time we officially updated the entire document was 2016. So it's been 10 years. We've done little tiny edits, but the last time we did it was 2016. So it's good practice to just take a look, make sure it reflects the processes that we actually follow. So just know that that's happening next meeting. And yeah, also we're going to be at the Board of Commissioners meeting tonight, presenting on the two DADOR phase 1 or phase 2 and phase 3, and requesting the transaction costs. So we're doing that tonight because it's also Ag Proclamation Day or month or whatever it is. And so there'll be Farm Bureau folks and 4-H kids and FFA, and so it'll be an ag kind of meeting. So, and in addition to those two requests, we have 3 requests from the LCAB board also coming at the same presentation. So that'll be 5 easement projects coming to the commissioners tonight. All right, so just some general updates on our individual projects. All the 8 projects that we kind of have going at the same time, those AGZ projects are Morgan all the way down to Wilson. Those are all in the same exact stage. So we have a survey started on all of those. Hopefully in the next few months, we'll get those survey preliminaries. it's a ton of acres to be surveying all at once. So it makes sense it's taking a little bit longer. We're also starting the environmental assessment on all of those properties with the hope that if there's something going on in the property that we haven't caught, the EA will catch it early, so we can then halt any other spending until we sort that out. And similarly, we're doing that more in-depth title review. We've already done the preliminary, so we know any big issues would have been caught up front, but we're going ahead and proceeding with the title work on those properties. Very exciting. We have 2 properties that are, can you scroll down a little bit, Marika? That are getting very close to closing. Kestrel Herb Farm should be closing within a week or 2. Had a few little changes at the end, transfer of ownership from 4 owners to 2, and then adding a couple acre parcel, and so then recombining it before we close the easement. So all of that has now been sorted, and I believe it's just a matter of recording the survey and finishing those final steps. So within a week we could close. So that's super exciting. And then also super exciting, Splendor Valley Farm is closing tomorrow. So they're,
Oh my God.
yeah, yes. And so our federal, amazing.
Well, how many years have we been working on this?
This one was funded 2021, so I think it's a 5-year project, because 2.5 years we were waiting on subordination agreements, and so and then the federal shutdown added 6 months to it. Anyway, so it's amazing when the federal wheels start turning, you can move things very quickly, because the federal contract for this expires March 30th. So we were like, okay, obviously we have to ask for an extension. They were like, well, what if we just expedited it? And I was like, well, yes. Did you do that 3 years ago? But okay. So anyways, it's happened. Money is in the lawyer's account, and everybody, everything is golden. There is nothing going to stop us now.
How many acres was that? I can't remember how many acres.
How many acres? 23. But in the heart of Sandy Mush, it's a puzzle piece between a lot of other protected lands, so very important. Prime, 100% prime soils, so important. Glad we're doing it. Glad it's going to be closed tomorrow. So, very exciting news. So everything else, Battle is taking some extra time reviewing the deed with his attorney. Luckily, our easement attorney and his attorney are talking back and forth and dealing with the deed edits, and they're very minor. And so that, I would assume, what we're really waiting on now is Mr. Battle to deed a right-of-way to his other parcel. So there's a parcel that he owns, and that is a parcel separate from the easement parcel. So he needs to deed a right-of-way so that we have a deeded right-of-way to access the property, for our legal access. That's something we have required, and he is just, once he does it, then we'll be able to close. But attorney to attorney, the communication has been much better. And then the other 2, these Southern Appalachian Community Farm Expansion is starting back up again. Everything has been resolved with the landowners, and so that's very exciting. We are updating title work because it's been on hold for 2 years at this point, due to their legal dispute, and so updating title work, finalizing the deed. The survey's already been recorded. It's been recorded for 2 years, so we're good. Anyway, so that should be within the month. We should close that one. And then we're going to be starting back up on the Jenkins Valley project, because Southern Appalachian wanted to pause on that while we completed the community farm expansion. And so we'll be starting up that survey within the next couple of months. And then no real progress with the Rogers Farm Trust property. I think we updated you last time about the beneficiary meeting. We then sent out a legal approved letter to all the landowners, and then waiting for their next steps. We've checked back in, and they said they're not ready. They don't have a plan for next steps yet. So we're just going to continue to check back in. Yeah, my hope is that we have closed the David Rogers Farm easement. So my hope is that they see that, hey, we do good work, we do complete the projects, and you know, you do have one completed easement, and so my hope is that builds their confidence in moving forward.
Was there 2 more parcels?
Just
remaining?
one
Just-
more,
just
but it's the
one.
156 acre parcel, so it's the larger tract.
156, you said?
Mhm.
Well, refresh my memory on the emoji.
Yes, thanks. So Okoboji, just like general or why it's, yeah, in general, it's on, Lower Brush Creek. I believe it's on Lower Brush Creek, right down from the Tony Nesbitt Dairy.
Yeah.
And so where's,
there, that's why I'm kind of interested out.
yeah. So where it is right now is that there was a landowner that, my understanding is, leased the farmland from the HOA for 15 plus years. And that landowner is unhappy that they're doing an easement and is claiming some kind of, I don't know if it's ownership or some kind of right to the property. And so there's been a lawsuit between the HOA and that landowner that has paused us from being able to close the easement because it comes up on the title. And so
it's not like the neighborhood is refusing to let the farmer
No.
continue to use.
I
Well,
think
my
he's trying to
understanding-
claim adverse
That's
possession
right.
because he's been
Yes.
managing.
But the piece that I missed sharing was that his lease was terminated a couple years ago when they wanted to change who they were leasing it to. And so they changed who they were leasing it to. He no longer is leasing it, and he's upset about that. So my understanding is they had a date in court in January, and things are still moving along with it, and the HOA feels very positive that they will win. It's just a matter of,
You could lease to whomever you want. It seems strange that somebody, I mean, but I know we talked about this last time.
right,
But it does
it does seem
seem strange.
Yeah, there's some interesting aspects to the story, where that individual also, after the commissioners approved the easement funding for Okoboji, immediately applied for an easement with our program. So there was like, there's some, levels of like, the easement funding is kind of got it stirred up once that individual saw that there was easement funding involved. So who knows? But long and short of it is, we are continually checking in with the point person on the project, and they're updating us as things proceed in court. And so the hope is that it gets resolved very quickly. As soon as it's resolved, within a couple weeks we can close, because it's all happened like within 2 weeks of our closing date that we had scheduled in the fall. So, yeah, I think that is about all of the project updates, but we do have, I think next up on our agenda is a stewardship update. So this is something we've never done in the past. And Martha, as you might know, you guys already know, she came from a land trust out in Franklin area, and she was on their stewardship team. So she has been helping us really improve our stewardship methods, as well as kind of just like, kind of helping us support that program. So as some of you may or may not know, the last 2 or 3 years, we have contracted out our monitoring to a local firm called Equinox. That has been due to staff capacity, as we've been trying to allocate funds to a lot of projects, doing the open space bond, all of that. And so what we've noticed, well, we'll share more in the presentation, but we've noticed the farther the monitoring gets from us, the less connection we are having with the landowner, and therefore the landowner is not seeing us every year remembering, hey, you got an easement. And so yeah, that's made us kind of rethink our stewardship, and we'll talk a bit more about that. But our hope is potentially we'll do a stewardship update once a year, probably right after the monitoring season. So I'm gonna let Martha go ahead.
So we are gonna want a motion to move into closed session to move through this presentation, just because we're talking about some current projects that are closed and some examples of issues.
So there's your reminder of what to reference.
Motion to
And
enter.
let's make sure, Kate.
Sam?
If you'll just make sure that your volume and your audio and video are turned off for the closed session.
So let me make the motion.
We'll do the motion.
first. Motion to enter closed session pursuant to GS 143-318.11A 2 and 5.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
We're all there again.
Okay, that's impressive. Well done. That's okay, it's recorded.
It's only recorded and posted on the
Here. Nope, that's not Hinge.
I think we're good. Oh, I see.
There we go, sorry.
Okay, so we're on to announcements and discussion. Any announcements or discussion?
I don't know if this would be in this section or not, but Jane McMahon is more interested.
Oh, is
and
she?
Might be a good time to reach out to her. I mean, I'll talk to her about it a little bit.
Oh, good. Good. Okay, thanks.
As a board member?
No, as an easement.
She wants.
She
to-
has,
Oh,
she has.
yeah,
she has
the-
quite a bit of
okay.
property.
Yeah, across the
So-
road from the Jeffers.
You want us to reach out? Or? you
I
can-
think
Anybody.
maybe all of us. I've talked to her about it.
That's great.
We've also, I know we're over time, I just want two things to mention. As we've done more easements in the Newfound area or started more projects, there's been lots of like word of mouth. So we've connected with Stevie Reimer, we've connected with Jeremy Reimer, who is now operating the old Davis Dairy Tract. So there's lots of folks up and down Newfound Road that are now kind of starting to talk. So yeah, those are some other projects, but we'll reach out to Jamie.
Also, the I can't remember the last name of the actual landowners, but Utopian Seed Project is leasing some land from some people
And
right
you
across from Anthony.
Yes.
Okay. And that's a big tract, and I was like, you guys should think about an easement.
Yeah.
So, somebody else.
Anthony's mentioned that.
They bought that land.
That's what I thought, they had bought it.
I think one of the people that's partners with them is, her family bought the land.
Her family
and
bought
the
it,
land.
yeah, and Utopian is leasing it. Okay.
Well, Anthony will be on it for sure, I'm sure.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Anything else? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank y'all. Thanks for
Great
coming
meeting.
out on a snowy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
why he said that when I was.
It's a bunch.
Great job, y'all.
It was hard to come out from the fire.
The metaphor.
I know.
It was a metaphorical fire.